Hello, my name is Juan Carlos Batallas, and I'm going to talk about disabled people and the problems that face in their everyday life. I think for a disabled people it's very complicated because they face too many problems like urban problems, disrespect, and lack of opportunities. Uh, Urban problem means that our cities are not designed to disabled people, in which they don't help with the mobility of this kind of person. And then streets and sidewalks become a very dangerous trap for them. For example, many of time, uh, sidewalks have debris or are destroyed, or in many cases, the sidewalks have holes in which a disabled people can fall down and suffer any injury for this kind of holes. Other problem that the buildings don't have the mechanism to help that people move freely, like ramps or grips can circulate freely without effort for disabled people. And in certain cases, too, they need a special space for them. For example, bathroom with grips or parking space. But many times people use this parking this parking space without suffer any disability. It's it's bad because we disrespect this space designed for this kind of people. Um, and about the ramps, many cases it's complicated for a disabled people because cars they cannot wrap a space designed for ramps, um, and it's impossible for a disabled people move around the city, the streets, or the sidewalk. Another problem is public transportation. Buses don't have the mechanism to help people to get on the buses. For example, many in other countries, buses have lifts that help to get on uh, people, especially with wheelchair, to get on the buses. But in our countries, especially in Ecuador, there are buses don't have this kind of mechanism, and it's impossible for disabled people because buses have the stairs are very high, and it's impossible that disabled people can have stairs uh, with a wheelchair. And other problem as bus drivers don't have patience that disabled people can get on the buses. And but there are other public transportation like Metrovia or Trolebus, and in many cases they have spaces or ramps for disabled people. But the problem is that these transportations are always crowded, and the space for disabled people are take up for other people, or 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 it's impossible for a person with a wheelchair move freely in the on the buses. Uh, the problem is that normal people don't respect the space of disabled people, and many times disabled people suffer discrimination for these conditions. Um, because in other countries are designed for help disabled people. For example, traffic lights that have a sound, and with this, a blind person which can guide for the sound of the traffic light, and he can know when the traffic light change. Um, for this reason, it's important design mechanism to help disabled people and help more amicable for this kind of person. Um, what can the government do? it's important that government pay attention to disabled people and give more benefits for them and design a special mechanism to help people with the mobility, with their mobility. Other problems, I think the government must be focused is in the disability certificate. In Ecuador, had a problem that normal people take advantage of this certificate and don't have any disability. I think this kind of certificates of disability ID is designed for these disabled people to help with many benefits, but able-bodied people use this certificate to take advantage of the benefits that have the disabled people, like taxes. It is impossible and tolerate this kind of actions. In fact, it's important to help disabled people because they need special attention with these abilities. This is all. Thank you for your attention and see you later.